everyone, Gina coming to you live from the Hive. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, and welcome. It is the last day of June. Can you guys believe that? So when you guys get on, say hello, tell me where you're coming from. I saw Deanne, you were on already while I was trying to get up and going. So just a few things before we get started. Just a reminder, today is the final day to take advantage of the sweet sale. So items in the sweet sales are buy one, get one half off. So take advantage of that. Today is your final day to take advantage of that. And then starting tomorrow, new online exclusives are here. So these are not items in the catalog. They are online only. And I brought a few of the bundles over just to show you guys what is coming. I didn't think to grab any of the papers or anything, but I brought some stamps and things like that. Good morning, Miss Karen. Okay, so spooky Halloween. Crazy to think it's June and we're talking Halloween here. There's also another Halloween set. I believe it's called Fright Nights. That will be coming. I didn't order that one yet. We have Bauble and Blooms, so it makes a nice little ornament here. And this one also has a hybrid embossing folder to go with it. So this one has lots of nice sentiments in it. You even have joy in here, some labels, and this would be some hollies. And this is not a seasonal, but Charming Day, which is absolutely beautiful. Has these beautiful stamps, sentiments, and all these dies. So I'm looking at playing with these today, I believe. And of course, I had to get this one because my family loves the farm and everything farm. So we've got a tractor set, but it's seasonal. So you can just do, corn and hay if you're out there with a little chick. But there's trees where you could make this a Christmas set, pumpkins for fall. What did I see? Someone turned this into a four-wheeler for one of their projects. And then it comes with all of these dies. So lots of fun sets coming your way. That starts tomorrow. Good morning, Kay. I don't have any of my July classes done. I work tomorrow all day. I've got a long shift, but then I'm off the rest of the holidays. So I took the holiday to hopefully get caught up on things. And so what I've got coming up in July, of course, we have Technique. We have I will be doing a Christmas in July card buffet class, so mark your calendars for that. I believe we did some switching around, so I don't remember the dates exactly off the top of my head, but I believe that was like the last weekend in July, and I have my scrapbook class that I'll be doing, the monthly scrapbook class, and then we'll also be doing our alternatives. So the kit for that is going to be a little bit different. It's not actually one of our scrapbook. It's not in the catalog. This is actually in the kit section. You're not going to find it in the scrapbooking section. And Kelly actually made this the other day. But remember, I do alternatives. So we're going to do 6 alternative pages and 5 cards with this. Karen, the tractor bundle that you love, it's on your July order. Yeah, I think, I don't know, it's really cute. So I'm excited to use it. Now, boxes are hard to open today, apparently. So this is going to be the kit. So that you'll find this kit under the kit classes. Good morning, Julie. Welcome. And this class is a product-based class. It's going to be a $70 order. So you need to order this kit plus whatever else. It's been requested that we do some flip-flops. So we're going to do some flip-flops with this class. And this comes with some tear tape. Comes with these note cards here. I haven't opened these up yet, but they kind of look like the Memories and More cards. But there's tons of paper. So we've got different languages. I can't help you with the different languages, but we have these stickers here. So we got a whole sheet of different colored leaves. We have the English version of all these words, so these will be fun to play with. Here's a DSP. Now, none of these DSPs are double-sided. They're all single-sided. Some die cuts. So you got a whole sheet of that. Here's some of our DSPs. So this will be the kit we'll be doing. A bunch of tags. Some more tags. DSP. These are like strips that you could cut. So this will be our alternative class. And then I did have to cancel my class last week, and I need to talk to Christine as far as rescheduling it. I haven't had a chance. I wasn't feeling very well last week. I don't know. I think I had some allergies going on and maybe a little burnout happening. So I do have the scrapbook class for June. This page could go either way. It's kind of more of a pinwheel, I guess. So we've got that and this. So I kind of went 4th of July for this. I love to do 4th of July. We've always done a cookout or things like that. So I always have pictures to put in this. So, and this page could go either way. So this is going to be the page. I'm looking at, I was going to see, I didn't see anything in the books, but I got to double check, but possibly getting this rescheduled for Wednesday. So that'll be July 2nd. So I've got that for you guys. And then today we're going to do 4th of July themed cards. So our 3 cards, let me just grab all them. All right, here, so we got some cool bomb pops. Who loves a bomb pop? I love a bomb pop. This one just using a little bit different shades, not, you know, your traditional red, white, and blue, but we have Strawberry Slush, Sea Secret, and Cloud Cover. And this one using Misty Moonlight, Cloud Cover, and Real Red. So 3 themed red, white, and blue things. So I thought that would be fun. So let's get stamping. Hello, Susan. So these kits will be available to order until next week, Monday. So if you want kits for this, or you saw the scrapbook pages, those kits will still be available. I have fallen behind on cutting kits because we've just had a lot going on and more than I guess I can handle right now. So we've had kids all over the place and just kind of adjusting to the summer schedule and things like that. So my plan is to get caught up on all of that this week and get all of July. So cross your fingers, I can get it all done. So looks like our bomb pop card is going to be our first card. So to make our bomb pops, I use the Arches dies for this. You're going to bring in a piece of scratch paper. Actually, I bring in 2. And you're going to need some blending brushes. So we got one for Real Red and one for Azure Afternoon. So you're going to use a blending brush. You're going to do the bottoms of your bomb pop in the blue. Leaving that white space in the middle. Remember, using your blending brushes, you start over here and work your way onto the page. Mine needs a little re-inking so I can actually go directly on. So now we have our blue. Then with our red, I'm going to flip this over. I'm actually going to use the other side. And I'm going to use an extra scrap piece of paper. I'm going to cover up my blue. So this way, this helps my fingers from getting all inky. Otherwise, if you were to lay your fingers on here while you're doing this red, the chances are you could have blue fingers or vice versa, red fingers. So this will help keep my fingers from getting all full of ink. Julie, you're loving these cards? I know, they feel so summery to me. Okay, so we got our first one done. Good morning, Sherry. And the other thing you want to make sure is not to put your paper up here and have a line. You want to keep your paper down here. I feel like popsicles don't have a straight line, right? They're kind of a melted thing together. So that's why I've kept it down on the blue. And then I can see how much white space I have also. Okay, so that part is done. Now this is where the fun begins. Of course, I've got to do a little bit of splattering. Let's see. I totally forgot my toolkit. I don't know how I forgot my toolkit. And I thought my bag was kind of light when I'm like, why do I only have 2 totes in here? But I'm like, oh, I just packed it really good. And I'm getting here and I realize, nope, I left my whole tool caddy at home. Who does that? I do. So I'm going to take my bone folder and wink of Stella. So we're borrowing Chris's. And I'm going to bang. Make sure I got some ink down there. And splatter. This must not. It needs a little more juice. But anyways, that's what I did to give it the shiny, glossy, you know, it's wet, right? Okay, so our bomb pops we can set aside. Now I'm also going to bring in, I don't know if you guys have played with these banners yet, but you can see I used them on my scrapbook page and now I'm using them on here. I love these banners, they're super cool. So with whatever ink is left over on my brush, I'm just gonna add a little bit of blue onto my banner. Just so it's not so white. We have a white label going on here, and I just want a little bit of, I guess, differentiation between the two. Now I'm going to make a mess here, try to cover up my space. And this, I love to use my markers for this. So I take the thick end of my marker. This is the Azure Afternoon. You could do this with a water painter, a paintbrush, and put some ink on a block or whatever. But I take the tip, so this is the larger size tip, and I just flick it and give it a splattered look. So you can see, I'll pull this up. You can see all those little blue dots on there. So we'll say they're like little fireworks there, right? Okay, so now time to put our card together. You've got 2 little wooden sticks here. And we're just gonna put a little, a big dot of glue. Not really, you wanna use a small dot, but. Deanne, you wanna get the banner set too? You will love it, along with the letters. I should probably pull that back in and show you guys this die set. This is a more expensive die set, so save your points or whatever to get this, but they're super cool. So here I cut out some banners. Oops, We need to wear piece that just fell over. So I use the banners here, and here are the letters. Look how nice and large those letters are. So I'm excited to use these on some cards too. So you guys will see that in your future also. Okay, so we'll set those aside while we get the rest of this here. Let's see. I don't know where Christine's bone folder is. I'm just going to use this ruler here. So like here are Matt. Pop up our banner. So did anyone do, the garbage is missing. Did anyone do anything fun over the weekend, or do you have any? Oh, yeah, because I used it, right? Karen, the bone folder. I used it already, guys. I couldn't find it before, right in front of me. Thank you, Karen. Anyone do anything fun this past weekend, or does anyone have any 4th of July plans? We actually didn't know what to do with ourselves this weekend. We actually had no children for the weekend. I don't know how that happened, but it did, and oops, losing my pieces here. See, it's a good laugh for you guys today. I set this bone folder over here, and it's right in front of me. So we didn't know what to do with ourselves, and there was no plan or anything, and our oldest didn't come home this weekend. He was celebrating his buddy's birthday, and Bella was hanging out with her boyfriend all day, and Landon went to a water park with his girlfriend. So we very rarely ever don't have our children. So I brought in Round We Go, and we're using Hip Hip Hooray. So we kind of felt a little lost. I'll admit, we were kind of like, well, what do we do with ourselves? And now there's plenty of stuff to do at home, but kind of thought we should take advantage of not having kids. So we ended up at the pool store, which is about a 45-minute drive from us, and we had to get some chemicals for our pool, and grabbed a little breakfast. And then we decided, we sat in the pool for like 3 hours. It was great. Just talking and floating on a floaty. I will say it was a really nice day. And then I've got Happy Birthday. And we have these little stars here. Julie, you have no plans. Your husband is gone and won't be home till Saturday. Woohoo! I see some stamping in your future. That's a sit in the craft room kind of day. Or the pool. So we're going to bring in our blueberry bushel to stamp our happy birthday. And then we have the little stars. We'll bring in our real red. We'll stamp that corner, and then we'll stamp the opposite corner. So our inside is done, and we can finish the outside. Does anyone send out 4th of July cards? I was just curious if you send out 4th of July cards, or these are all, they can be whatever. They can be birthday, they can be an anniversary, they can be whatever you want them to be. But does anyone actually send out? Julie, you should see my dining room table. Is it full of packages and goodies? I hope. So I'm just popping up the tops of my popsicles. And this one I kind of popped up more than the other one. And we're going to bring in a little bit of tear tape. And we have the red and white twine here that came out in Christmas, or at Christmas. And I am just going to weave this back and forth like so. You could make a bow if you wanted to, but so it's just weaved back and forth. Put a few more dimensionals and pop up our label. Julie, you brought everything out that's been in hiding. That's hilarious. Julie's got to hide stuff. Okay, so put your label on. Sherry, you have not sent an actual 4th of July card, but your daughter has a birthday on the 5th. Well, these would be a perfect card for a birthday. Good morning, Trudy and Marva. Welcome. It's your first time watching, Marva. Well, welcome. I hope you enjoyed today's card class. And then we can adhere our inside of our card and finish off with a few rhinestones. Oops, this one did not take the sticky with it. So we can pretend like this is your popsicle melting here. And so there we go. Here's our first card. Great Kids card 2. Okay, our next card will be our coneflower. Who loves this coneflower? I absolutely love this coneflower. So we have some Misty Moonlight. We're going to use our actual bone folder this time instead of the ruler. So you're going to have 3 pieces for your coneflower. This happened to me not that long ago. I don't know, the garbage got moved and I don't realize it till I'm on screen. I could go grab one, but I keep going down to put my garbage away and there's no garbage there. So you're going to have 3 pieces for your flower here. So you're going to take, this is going to stay the way that it is. You're going to have 1 white, and then we're going to take and add some red to this. And I'm going to start towards the top and work my way down, leaving it lighter on the end. And just be careful, hold your petals down. And then I'm going to flip this over And now I'm gonna grab that extra piece of paper here so I don't have red inky fingers all over the rest of my card, and work my way down. So there we go. That's how we do that. Put this aside. And of course you would Stella all of this up. So now these two pieces here, make sure I grab the right scissors here. You're actually going to take this cone flower, because we're offsetting things a little bit. See with these two ends here, you're going to cut these two ends off like that. Okay, so you're just going to have a little point there. And you're going to do the same thing with this white piece. Okay. So now, I'm going to put these two together, add a little adhesive right there, and you're going to offset these just slightly. So that way you can see both the white and what you sponged. And then we can adhere this to our red. Julie, you got this set? Whoop, whoop. I love coneflowers. I have a bunch of coneflowers in my garden, and I love them. Okay, so now we've adhered our flower. So that was the hardest part of the whole thing. Adhere the top to your coneflower. And now we can layer everything up. I know some of you just saw me flip this paper over and said, oh no, we're covering up beautiful purple flowers. I could hear it through the TV screen here. But look at this beautiful cloud cover. Okay, do my card on the right way so that it opens, right? Unless you want to make a trick card, you could do that. Have it open from the opposite way. Then we're going to pop up our flower. Now, I'm not going to put any dimensionals here. I'm just going to keep them on the outside because we're going to slide our stem under there. Good morning, Mary. You have this set also. It is beautiful, I will say. You know, just when I say I don't need any more flower sets, well, guess what? I do. So I'm going to put this on an angle, like that. Put a little adhesive on my stem, and this way I can just slide it in here. And then your leaves, I like them going out like this, where they go down. I don't know if they're supposed to go that way or the other way, but I like them this way versus this way. But you could do either way. That's completely up to you. And I'm going to put one a little bit higher. So this one's going to be a little bit lower, and I'll put the next one a little bit higher. So put that one right up here like that. Thank you for liking and sharing, Kay. I appreciate the love. And I need a white scrap here because I forgot to put it in the kits. We actually did these cards. I had bingo the other night, which I have not done bingo in forever. And so we did this card and the popsicle card for bingo, and it was a good time. Bella came, she was the bingo caller. I'm gonna bring in Misty Moonlight. Now, one other thing I wanted to mention, had a class on Friday. We actually made a banner using the banner set and the letters. And I'll have to post that on my Facebook page, what we created. That was an in-person class, and where was I going with that? I have no clue. Had to do something with the banners. Oh, never mind. So we did the class, and a couple of the ladies there said, you know, I don't ever see your like my classes and stuff that's coming up, because I have everything on Facebook. And I'm like, I don't ever see them up there. Now granted, like today I just posted it this morning, but usually I'm a little better than that. And the one thing you want to make sure you do when you're on Facebook is to make sure that you're not just liking my glitter and ink page, but that you are also following. I think there's different things that it'll show up in your feed, you know, the algorithms that Facebook has. So just keep that in mind. To double check that when you're following me, to make sure that you're not just liking me, but that you're actually following my page so that things show up in your feed. And for those of you who are not following me, you can find me right here. I am on Facebook, Glitter and Ink with Gina. There's my email and my phone number if you guys have any questions or want to sign up for classes. Okay, so then we have this little silver trim here, and we're going to just weave that back and forth also. Like that. Snip our ends. And we'll add dimensionals to it. Upside down would not be good. So we've got Celebrating You. And we'll bring in our gems. A little bit of rhinestone action going on. And then we're ready to stamp the inside. So I like these sayings in here. I don't know if you guys have looked at the sayings in these. Hello, Becky. So it says, I'm sorry I missed your special day. Let's extend the celebration. I will say a lot of times I send a card late, so that's perfect for that. And I like this one too. I love that I've known you for so many birthdays. So I thought they were cute. Just a little bit different. I have to say, we don't have a lot of just birthday sayings. So I like that these had some nice birthday sayings in there. So we're going to bring in our real red. And stamp. And then there's this cute little butterfly in here. And I will stamp this in our Misty Moonlight. Oops, I probably should have. Well, we're going to stamp it below. I'll show you what I did. I stamped it up above. And then what you can do is take your Wink of Stella and just color in your butterfly a little bit. Just picking up a little bit of that blue. I think which card? So here I put it up on top like that. But you can do it on the bottom also. And there we go. So card number 2, done. Isn't this pretty? I just love this coneflower. Okay, for our final card, we went a little bit not traditional, I guess you would say. Didn't do, you know, red, white, and blue per se, but did strawberry slush, cloud cover, and sea secret. So you guys are liking these cards. Good to hear. All right. And this is a great card to use scraps with. So I've got a lot of 3/4 inch scraps. So if you've got a card that, you know, you've got, you know, we all have scraps like this laid around, whether it's cardstock, DSP, this is the perfect card to do something like that with. Take some either DSP or cardstock colors that coordinate together well, and add strips of them onto a card. So this is what we're doing. So you've got a piece of white here. We're going to add strips of DSP. So I'm just going to put a small thing of glue here, and we're going to cut off the extra after a bit. So I'm going to leave a little space like that. Just make sure that your top ends, make sure up here goes past the white. And you're just leaving a thin border of white next to it. And if you have a strip that's, let's say, not long enough, you can always just cut it in half. And I think we're going to find that on this next one. Yep, do you see how it doesn't reach all the way? I'm going to cut this in half because we have a circle. Move that over a little bit. We have a circle that's going to go in the center, so you're not even going to see it. So you're going to go like that. Draw a line all the way down like that. And just keep layering it all the way down. I'm actually going to cut some of this because I have a strip here, but we've got a strip here that we could probably put down there. That will be plenty. So you could take this and put this in your trimmer, or this is easy enough to just cut along the lines like that. And I'm just going to put a little, what color do I need up here? Looks like Sea Secret. So I'll put a little piece right there. So great use of getting rid of your scraps. Or a great way to show off your DSP. How many of you have off this week? How many of you don't need to work this week? Have taken off for the holiday? So there we go. We have that part all done. My phone keeps shutting off, so then I lose your comments. This is the, okay, we have two of them. So this is the paper that coordinates with the, Deanne was asking which DSP this is. This coordinates with the Sweet Blooms. So is it called Floral? Paper is called Floral something. So we have Impressions of Bloom DSP, and we have this DSP. So on the back side coordinates with, there's another stamp set that coordinates with this that has flowers. And that's the DSP that goes with this. Oh, why can't I think of it? Where is the catalog? Anyone know the name of the DSP off the top of their head, or have a catalog handy that they could look it up for me? So you have these lovely words. So in this suite, there's two stamp sets and two dies. So one that has the words, so there's lovely, and there's bloom, and there might be another flower or leaves in with this, and then the other set has flowers with it. So I'm going to start, and they come layered like this. So I've got Sea Secret and Cloud Cover. I just put a little adhesive like that, and then I can use dimensionals on the back, hopefully. I hope these are her sticky scissors. I don't want to get in trouble. So I'll put some dimensionals. Oh, here's some minis. This is what I really wanted, was some minis, but that's okay. I cut these apart already. And then with your minis, I would take and run your scissors along the, like this, to get some long, narrow pieces to put on your Y. So like that. You could also use, when you're die cutting these, the foam sheets, and then it'll be perfect just like that. You won't have to worry about trying to, Florals in Bloom, thank you Carissa. You won't have to worry about trying to cut your dimensionals down or anything like that. Just die cut it with an adhesive sheet and it'll be all popped up for you. You could also use, not the adhesive sheet, but we have foam sheets and we have adhesive sheets. So you could have cut out lovely on the adhesive sheets and not have to use liquid glue, and it would be a nice little sticker on there. So I'm being brave and I took all that off because I wasn't paying attention and I was talking and whatnot. So I'm going to put my lovely word on here and then we're going to stamp and hope that it all comes out okay. So we've got lovely. Good morning, Miss Mary. We've got Sea Secret, and we're going to have a lovely day. So we're going to stamp have a above, and we'll put day below. Yay! Okay, so now we can start putting our card together. I've got some white baker's twine here. Oh, we need to, I'm getting ahead of myself. Slow down. We need to bring in our strawberry slush. So we're going to bring in our strawberry slush and adhere this like so. Now you can put your linen or your baker's twine. Got some sticky glue. I'm going to flip this over because I had that glue on the front. We're going to flip that over so I don't get anything sticky on my card. Now we can put our mat on our card base. Like that. We're going to pop these up. don't think I have my twine on there straight. Whoops. Close enough, right? And then we have these beautiful flowers. This is from the Impressions of Bloom Florals. So different floral stamp set. You're gonna Wink a Stella these up. And you could put these on the top or on the bottom, whatever you want to do. And then we're going to bring in the In Color gems and use the Sea Secret gems, or you can use Strawberry Slush or Cloud Cover. Like that. So there's the front of our card. Now, a little pun in there. What a lovely card. Thank you, Kay. So now we have to stamp our inside. I didn't even stamp my other one. Look at that. And we are going to stamp some florals. Oh, and I was going to show you guys, you know, we don't have the Cloud Cover ink, and I couldn't find it. So I took an ink spot. So what you can do, you can take an ink spot, a plain one, and get the re-inker and make your own ink pad, which is what I did. But my daughter was super nice last week, and we had her birthday party, and so she cleaned my craft room while I was at work, and I can't find it. But I brought the markers, are another option that you can use. Take your large end of your marker and color your stamp. Huff on it. We're gonna flip it over, try this again. I have something that was sticky or stuck to my stamp. Now, oftentimes when you do color with a marker, it does not turn out as dark as it would if, you know, you had an ink pad or whatever. There's something really sticky on there. But anyways, we're gonna go over it with Sea Secret and see what happens, because like I said, there's something sticky either on the stamp or there's something on my marker. So, but anyways, that is what you can do to get Cloud Cover ink. And then we'll bring in our Strawberry Slush. And stamp. I've not used the stamp, so I have to see where it goes. I believe that's how it goes. That's really pretty. Have a lovely day. And you could put anything you want in this. It could be happy anniversary, happy birthday. It could even be a thank you card. So I'm just going to leave it blank. And we will put this on the inside. like that. Okay, so there we go. We have our 3 cards done. Kind of slide my mess over here. Bring our cards back in. So here are our 3 cards for today. We've got our bomb pop, got little flowers going on, our cone flower. Great way to use DSP, guys. So this class will be available until next week, Monday, which I believe is the 7th. So if you want these kits are $19 plus shipping. So reach out if you would like these kits. The scrapbook page that I'm rescheduling for, these kits will also be available till Monday. Here we go. So if any of my scrapbookers out there are watching, we've got this going on. And then like I said, I have a whole bunch of classes coming up in July that watch my Facebook page for, because that is where I post the event for that. So hopefully I can get that stuff done this week and actually get caught up. And those of you who are waiting for June kits, we will be working on those today and getting those out. And I know some of you, if any of you want any of your June stuff shipped with Christine will be shipping, I feel like it's, let me double check while I am on here, because I checked this morning. So Christine is shipping on the 15th. So if you guys want to compile shipping to save on shipping costs, I do that with Christine. So if any of you want today's kits, the scrapbook page, I'll be live again on the 9th for the technique class. So if any of you guys want to save on shipping, let me know and I'll send it with Christine's July shipping. Okay, anyone have any other questions? I don't think I see anyone else with any other questions. So like I said, today is the last day also to order any of the sweets and get buy one get one half off, and that also includes the bundles, the papers, things like that. So take advantage of that. Tomorrow online exclusives start, so you guys will be able to take advantage of ordering that. And if those of you who like to stamp early and like to start Christmas cards, there's a few Christmas sets in there. So we've got lots coming up for you in this next month, and I look forward to stamping with all of you. I will maybe be here Wednesday. I'm going to get that cleared with Christine with the scrapbook class that I had to reschedule. Otherwise, I hope all of you have a safe and wonderful 4th of July. Thanks for joining me today. Bye-bye.